Welcome back. I feel like it's been a long time no see, but it is Defender Weekend. For those of you who are like, what is Defender Weekend? Defender is our big 5-star event that we have every year over here in Kentucky. It originally used to be the only 5-star event that happened this side of the ocean. However, there is now one in Maryland, but I don't live in Maryland. I live in Kentucky. And so it does suck because it falls during the time of year where it's, baby season, right? But I'm not going to miss the chance to go out there and watch Olympic people hop around little fences and do dances in sandboxes, right? For those of you who are like, I still don't, well, what are you talking about? It is the 5-star, it is a 5-star event. So eventing is a dressage, cross country, show jumping. And this is the level where you see the Olympians play at. You have the 4-star short and the 5-star long. The 5-star long is where you are really seeing a lot of essentially your top quality, but reality is even the 4-star short, you're still seeing some of the best. They're either up and coming best of the best, or they're like taking a step down and having a chiller run, best of the best. And so obviously, because it's literally like 10 minutes away from me, I go and watch all of it. So it's technically Thursday, so it was the first day of dressage. I meant to record this earlier, it's fine. But I completely forgot. Like, I have had it in my head, oh, it's Defender Weekend. And then, I don't know, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, it's Thursday, which it means it's here. I forgot about it. I think it's also because I'm in the process of doing all this stuff for Kentucky Derby. I don't know. I'm doing a whole thing for Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks on TikTok. And I've kind of been debating. I've been debating for a while if I should start doing actual racehorse stuff outside of my own kids on here. Somebody is having a field day. Because I used to do the whole thing where it was like, it's the weekend, let's talk about weekend horse racing, because that's typically where all the graded stakes racing used to be. And I don't know what happened to that. So I've been wondering if I should. I don't know. I feel like if I say I'm going to do it for like a few months and then forget about it. Anyway, Defender, that's the important part. So Thursday, Friday is dressage. So we've already checked off dressage day 1. I'm going to show you all how that all went. And then tomorrow, Friday, is also more dressage day. I will catch you up on the leaderboard when that all happens. Saturday is the fun day of, cross country. The only thing is, as of right now, I was supposed to have Saturday night off because it's normally my night off. I'm working Saturday night now. So I don't know if I'm going to be there for the whole Saturday. Typically, obviously, because I have to work night shift, I typically miss the 4-star and I'm there for the 5-star because I have to sleep at some points, right? And so I'm trying to figure out what Saturday is going to be. I'm probably just going to play it by ear. But then Sunday's the show jumping and I'll be there all day. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know. Probably not. A lot of it, honestly, this year, I feel like is just mainly meeting up with a bunch of people and we're just hanging out. Yeah, because actually, speaking of which, there's a few people coming here soon. They're bringing me chicken nuggets and they get to play with babies. Fair trade-off. Anyway, enjoy day 1 of dressage. quick Defender side quest. Obviously, because everyone and your mother is in town. For Defender, they also like to wander around town and see what other equestrian-like things are happening. And Keeneland officially is their last day for racing. And so we didn't go to the racetrack in particular, but there is a sale that is happening for racehorses. And so there's only like 60 horses in it, so it's not like it's a big sale anyway. Well, obviously people are always interested in just seeing how the process works. And so I can't be there for the entirety of the sale because I have to do fall watching stuff. So I figured, listen, I'll go out there, show them around a little bit, and then I think someone else is also going to be there so I can pawn them off slightly just in case they need a babysitter for questions. But yeah, so we're speeding out here to go watch the sale. It is so pretty. I don't know how to flip and drive at the same time. Can you all see? Now that Kentucky's green again, just how pretty everything is. Ugh, it's so nice. Anyway, let's go watch the sale. And then we get to go off to cross country, I guess.
Confirming. I went to USDF and I was like, I'm confirming. Went back this afternoon and they're like, oh, I don't know. All the doors were locked on all the buildings. I saw this one woman wandering and I was like, hey, where are you going? And then it was like across. So I go in and they're still having a meeting and I'm 30 minutes late. And then
way out of focus. This is all I learned how to read.
I love looking at the names. That's always fun.
When I was in like first grade, they almost didn't pass me because they're like, she can't read a book. And they were like, she can read a sale catalog, like she's fine. She just there's only like 60 or something.
So do the Colts typically sell higher than the Bears?
It kind of depends. So mares will sell, if you have a stallion prospect or a mare prospect at a sale, the mare's probably going to sell better. But if you have like a racehorse colt versus a racehorse filly, and they're like just getting started, they haven't actually like done anything big yet, the colt's probably going to sell.
Okay.
Admittedly, I didn't end up filming as much as I was hoping to on Friday because Friday was the first day I finally went to the trade fair and kind of looked around. It ended up pouring rain the entire time I was there, so it was just it didn't happen. I was soaking wet. Like everywhere I was walking, I could hear squish, squish, squish because my shoes. I've got to pick better shoes for Saturday. It has to happen. Anyway, so here is everything that happened that I did catch while getting soaking wet from Friday. I haven't watched any of the 4-star because that's nap time. I do believe Will Coleman is leading in the 4-star, and then I almost said Philip Dunn. Michael Young is currently leading in the 5-star with the new record. So anyway, enjoy the rain that just made me regret everything because my shoes did not dry for several hours. Saturday, cross country, your leaders have remained the same. So Will Coleman's still leading in the 4-star. Michael Young is still leading in the 5-star. Overall, listen, if you take a look at your top 10 and a little bit outside of your top 10, like, they're all pretty close in there. So, like, A-Rail, a time fault can technically do a lot of mixing and matching in that top 10-ish area. So it could be fun. Show jumping should be fun. And I feel like today is today is Sunday now. Listen. I've reached the point where I'm kind of like, sleep is really probably something I should do. But I forgot about this. We were talking about this last night or this morning. I don't know. How originally it used to only be a 4-star, right? And then when they changed formatting and things of that nature, so they had the 4 and 5-star. Originally, show jumping was at like 1:30 p.m. And so I could sleep a little bit. And it was nice. And then I forgot that because it's the 4 and 5-star, they start earlier. This thing right now. I slept 4 hours Thursday, 3 hours Friday, 2 hours on Saturday. And honestly, I was like looking at today, I was like, I'm just going to take a long shower and I'm going to fall asleep in the shower. And then I'm going to head to the horse park. Luckily, it's the last day and I don't work Sunday night. I typically don't work Saturday night. But anyway, it was a whole, I feel like I've drank my body weight in coffee and it's not done enough. Anyway, I also haven't done much other vlogging outside of just the rides. But admittedly, like, I've gone through the trade fair and I got what I needed, like the one thing I definitely needed, like right off the bat, because it's typically pretty crowded in there. And there's a few other things I was like looking at, like, yeah, maybe. But I wasn't sold on it yet. Sunday's going to be a shopping day. I have a friend that we're going together and I was like, Sunday's a shopping day. Like, let's splurge a little bit. Let's buy a t-shirt. She's like, if you're really going to buy a $40 t-shirt, I'm like, I'm going to buy a $40 t-shirt. I feel like we deserve to splurge, considering I'm sleep deprived. Anyway, let me take you to cross country day, and then I can continue I can actually do more just trade fair stuff after show jumping. Sound like a plan? Awesome. Phenomenal. I'm going to go pretend to sleep now. You know what? I was going through editing all this and I was like, my spiel that I gave after show jumping is gone. Don't know where she went. And then also my trade fair stuff was also gone. Not that it was really that important. I was just going to show you trade fair, but like, you know, it's fine. In my sleep deprived state, I must have accidentally deleted it. It is what it is. Ironically, it's been like a week and a half since Land Rover, Rolex, whatever it is. I'm still sleep deprived. So honestly, it's still the vibe. Anyway, show jumping. How did show jumping go? Before I show you show jumping, the winners ended up being the ones who were leading it since dressage. There was not any change in your number one spot. There was some changes bumping around in the bottom, like in top 10, right outside top 10. So that was fun to watch. But overall, I definitely always get a lot more footage in show jumping just because everything is right there. I don't have to run around and bounce around, you know. So there's a lot of that's gonna come. Awesome. Anyway, let's show you show jumping, and then I'll do final wrap up talk about just vibes, I guess.
The time falls. He will finish on 33.0. He wins it by 0.9.
that was Defender Land Rover Rolex weekend of 2025. Admittedly, not my best vlogging attempt. And you're probably like, you slept like 2 hours every single day. You're probably okay. I could have done better. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So like, there was a couple of us all here together. Like, I could have done better. I'm gonna do better next year, and I'm sure I said that last year. It is what it is. Anyway, overall, it was fun. The only thing that was not fun was me and this poor kid. Freaking, listen, admittedly, when it comes to like, because actually there was an incident at Berkeley this weekend where someone's dog got loose and was chasing a horse on course. When you are going to these events, there are two types of people. There is, yeah, bring your dog, it's fine, it's fun, it's whatever, right? And then there's you should probably leave your dog at home camp. Admittedly, I kind of ride at the leave your dog at home camp purely because there's too many people who don't know how to control their dogs. I have brought dogs in the past to Defender. Like, this was not my first time bringing a dog, but there were always dogs. I knew they had recall. I knew that they were going to stay by me at the leash. They were not going to, get too excited about other dogs around, and they were friendly with other people. So if kids wanted to like say hi, they were good. And there are dogs who have been around horses before. They are not going to like, I had two border collies who were very, high herd dynamic herd drivers, right? And they know, do not chase the horses, right? So like, I had brought those. I always used to bring those two, and one of them I had to bring because she had medical issues, and so she constantly needed pills throughout the day. So I didn't have a choice, and I had to bring her. But like, I brought dogs in the past. This technically for him was like a first time feel the mood, right? Like, kind of see how it goes, and he did great, except for there was one breed of dog. There was four different dogs, and there's just one breed of dog. The first two were friendly, and I get that, but they were just no person. Like, there was no recall with those dogs. And then the other ones, they were not friendly. I don't know why. They literally drugged this man. I had to pick him up. I was in line for the bathroom, and we were just vibing. And there was also an Aussie behind me, and those two were just vibing. They totally they kind of looked at each other, and they just stood about their day. And here comes this man getting his ass drugged by these two big dogs. And me and the girl with the Aussie had to pick up our dogs. And he's not a little dog, mind you. Had to pick him up. So these stupid wouldn't. I was like, why? Why are you gonna bring your dog? That was my issue. My thing. Anyway, I'm big. Leave your dog at home. If you think Ellie's friendly, I don't care. Leave it at home. If it's gonna drag you, if it's not leash trained, leave it at home. Because if not, you're gonna have a freaking dog loose on course and chase a horse. And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't had more issues with it. I've been waiting to see at what point they're finally gonna be like, you can't bring your dogs anymore, because it does happen almost at least once a year where a dog gets loose and chases a horse on course. I don't think I think it's been a couple of years since at Land Rover. Oh, I was mad about that on Saturday because he was doing so good, and then the freaking dog. And he was great afterwards, but you could tell he was like, oh my god, it went after me. He's a big baby. It's fine. He's like, I don't care. There was also a dog that had a hat. He was cool. He was a gem too. He behaved. He was a good boy. Not the friggin' dog that I was mad. Anyway. So yeah, I'll be there again next year. I'm pretty much there every year. I didn't do as much shopping as I had wanted to. I bought the helmet that I needed because I really needed to replace my helmet. But then I think the problem was I went I was there with a lot of people, like sporadically. Like, I met up with a lot of people. Like, I met up with people Thursday, I met up with people Friday, I met up with people Saturday, I met up with people Sunday, and I felt like I played tour guide a lot, but like, that wasn't the problem. It was just like, I don't know, because like, normally we do a lot of shopping on Sunday, but I think the buddy who I went with on Sunday, just, I don't know, we didn't end up shopping like I thought we were going to. Not that I needed anything. I don't know why I wanted to spend my money so bad. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't spend my money at all. It's a bad thing. I have training bills to pay. I don't know. I guess I was just in the mood to spend money. It's fine. Anyway, I don't know how to wrap this up, but I'm wrapping it up. I'm gonna go. Well, I'm not taking a nap. I'm still on call right now. It is what it is. But I'm gonna go do something productive And hopefully we will see you all next year. Maybe we'll figure it out. It's fine. I'll see you next time.